I should have known my camera wasn't clean. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Whew. This is going to be a short walk for me today. It is so muggy out here. I feel like I can't breathe. My eyes are really itchy. It's humid. It rained last night. Feel like it's getting ready to rain again. But it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Hey, Bella. Hello, the Jackster. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, I missed you guys on Tuesday. I had literally, seriously, literally walking since what? Let's see, Sunday, because we went and played with the grands and had a good time with the grands on Sunday. Y'all know there's no sitting when you have the grands. Yes, my oldest grand is 7, so there's no sitting with the grands, all right? So they had us running, tripping, and doing everything. Then all day on Monday, I had just regular stuff I had to do, errands I had to run. Got up, I think we left the house about 9 or 10, didn't get back till 7 or 8. I was like, I've been walking for 2 days. Yes, hello, Carol. Morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is officially fall. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, I think the 22nd. So that was Monday, first day of fall. I think it's the 22nd was the first day of fall. Oh, look at all these leaves, y'all. I gotta show y'all this. Look, all the leaves are turning. Look how fast they turning. The trees and all this stuff. Oh my God. Fall is coming. And y'all know we had a real summer this year. So undoubtedly, look at how it changed all quick. Look at that. All these leaves. I remember coming out this was the favorite time of the year to pick leaves and stuff. Yes. And so it is officially fall. And you know what? The temperature right now, I always check the temperature. I check the temperature when I get up, and I check the sunrise when I get up, because I really don't like to start walking before sunrise. I'm not a twilight person, so to speak. So I kind of wait till sunrise. They said sunrise was going to be 7:15 today, but let me tell you, it's barely twilight out here. It's barely daylight, but I always check it, and it's supposed to be 72, and it feels good out here. However, it's very, very damp, moist, and kind of like I feel like it's evening time. That's the way it feels out here. But it's comfortable with the wind. I hope it's comfortable wherever you guys are. My God, we have to be mindful of the time change. I don't know when they're going to do the daylight savings time, but don't forget that's a good time of the year to do anything that you need to do on a semi-annual or annual basis. Don't forget to check your batteries for your smoke detectors. If you have anything that's battery operated, or check just for functionality. If you have fire extinguishers in your house, you want to check the fire extinguishers and make sure they're full. Now, I don't know, because I haven't done this in years, but if your fire extinguisher, if you have the refillable kind, there was a period in time that the fireplaces refilled them for free. I think they still do, but I'm not sure if they do it everywhere. But it's worth checking as opposed to buying a new one. But make sure you check your fire extinguishers. Make sure that they are full. Also, we are heading into our colder months, and I know a lot of people stock up, prep. You got food and everything, but be mindful of power outages. How are you going to cook? If you're in a home or you have a charcoal grill, for me personally, that's my number one go-to, because you can light a fire. If you can light a fire, you can light a fire in any condition. You can grill in any condition. And it would behoove you, even if you have a nice propane or gas grill, it would behoove you to get a small charcoal grill, even if it's tabletop size, and a couple of bags of charcoal. Because you can go out there and anything you can cook on stove, you can cook on a grill. But if you run out of propane, then you got to worry about going and get the propane. Okay? So, and that could be a lot to light up. But if you have no grill whatsoever, a small charcoal grill and a couple of bags of charcoal should be always in your pantry of how you do it. If you got a fireplace, you want to have it checked. These are the things that cause fires in the wintertime. If you have to use a space heater, check the space heater. Make sure when you put your space heater somewhere, you do not put it by curtains or anything else that is flammable. All right? Make sure pets are secure. If you have little kids, make sure it is sectioned off or in an area where you don't have to worry about it. All right? That's why they call them accidents, because it wasn't intended. You thought you had it all right and all set up, but be mindful of those things. So you want to check those things. Check your remotes. If you have a garage and you have a remote, make sure the battery is good. Flashlights, make sure your batteries are good. Now is the time, because we don't really need them right now. We don't need it yet. So when you don't need something, that's when you want to go ahead and check it. Check everything. If your house, your apartment, or wherever you live at is drafty, now is the time to think about, how am I going to seal this off? How am I going to keep my house where it's not cold and drafty, running up my heating bill, as well as staying cool? If you don't want to use your heat a lot, now is the time to think about, do I have warm stuff to put on in the house? All right? And I tell people all the time, if you don't do nothing else, the one thing that you should always do, and this is my POV, this is my opinion, is get up whenever you get up and get dressed. You ain't have to be fancy. You ain't got to do the makeup, but put on something. Pair of sweats, a sweatshirt, pair of sweats, t-shirt. Don't run around in your pajamas. Don't run around in a house coat. So you say, but I want to be comfortable. Then get you some oversized sweats and an oversized t-shirt. Because I'm going to tell you, baby, the worst thing can happen is something kick off and you got to walk outside your house as is. I'm just saying, you could be just as comfortable in some sweats and a sweats. You don't even have a moo-moo. The old moo-moos, y'all. How many people in here know what a moo-moo is? If you know what a moo-moo is, let me know in the comment. Put a yes in the comment. If you know put a yes in the live if you know what a moo-moo is. Okay? Yes. Made up initiates my eyes. Oh, okay, makeup irritates your eyes. Yes. I don't wear a lot of makeup either. I wear lipstick. Lipstick is my makeup. If I don't have on lipstick, if I have on lipstick, I am fully made up. That's all I wear. That's all I have ever worn is lipstick. Yes. Oh, yes, yes. All right. You can flannel shirts. That's right, a flannel shirt. But if you have on something and you run around your house and you don't want nobody to see you like that, you need to change clothes, okay? It's okay to sleep like that. And I get it. You said, well, it might happen in the middle of the night when you sleep. Yeah, it might. But You should have something right there that you can grab. Even if you ain't got time to put it on, you should have something. I always keep something right there, like foot of my bed, on a chair, that I can walk over to, pick up, and keep walking. That means when you get outside, you can slip it on. I'm just saying, I have seen more people on the news, on TV, and they be like, I had to run out the house like this. I'm like, that's your fault. Now that part, that's your fault. Oh my God. And that's not a necessary thing. That's just something that I like to always make sure. But check the things that are going to make a difference. And now something else I do. If you are somebody, and this has nothing to do necessarily with prepping, in a sense it does, but not prepping for survival or anything. One thing I do, I start now buying anything that I'm going to need coming up for the upcoming holidays. It's that time of the year. It's going to go by so fast. We're at the end of September, all right? Whatever I need to cook with, saw something up ahead. I need to see what it was. If I need parchment paper, foil, I go ahead, when I go to the store, I try to add one or two things onto my list. Macaroni for my mac and cheese. I'll grab a couple of boxes. I'm going to need some for Thanksgiving. I'm going to need some for Christmas. I'm not waiting and going shopping. And I'm not waiting to have a big bill. And I'm not using what's in my pantry. And if I do, then I will replace it. I will replace what's in the pantry with whatever it is that I buy. Good morning. I will replace whatever's in the pantry so that I can bring the old to the front and put the new in the back. But prepare yourself. It's a big tree up here that's down. I wonder, it rained last night. I want to see when I get up here if this tree was cut or if this tree, if it's blocking the sidewalk, it fell. And looks like it blocked the sidewalk. We coming up on this tree. It must have stormed pretty bad last night. It was pretty bad. It's still wet out here, muggy and everything. I'm trying to see if it's covering up the sidewalk. Y'all see the tree down? It's not covering up. They might have cut it because of the wires up there, but they sure left it. Yes, cut is actually cut. They just left it. I guess they're gonna come back today and get it, I hope. So yeah, I had to see. They cut a lot down. Couldn't see though, because the sidewalk was it curves around. So I couldn't see. So yeah, it looks like it was actually cut because the sidewalk was clear enough to get by. Yes. Good morning, AJ. How are you? How are you? Vox is in the house. Good idea. Yes. Don't wait for anything. Make sure you got whatever you need going into the winter. Sorry, something was in my eye. I am going to make sure that I don't have to come out my house if I don't need to. And you know, right now, in the time and life that we're in, that's good no matter what. You want to make sure that you don't have to come out of your house if you don't want to. You know, other than maybe work or something like that. But just recreation is the same thing. If you're the type of person that you like, okay, if I get stuck here, I'm going to be bored. I need the books to read. Get you a few books. Get a couple of crossword books. You can go to the Dollar Tree. I think the Dollar Tree is now $1.50. I went in there the other day to buy something that I couldn't find nowhere else. And it wasn't $1.25. It was $1.50. And I'm like, okay, the Dollar Tree is not a Dollar Tree anymore. Now, why these people up here have stopped? I'm gonna show y'all. I'm just showing y'all everything. This car up here with their flashing lights on. Hello.
Hey.
I don't know why they stopped, but I be paying attention to everything. I can't help it, y'all. I'm like, why y'all pull over? Y'all ain't even pull completely over. Is something wrong with your vehicle or what? I be suspicious. I can't help it. That's me. Y'all can see the school buses up there and other folks out here walking. We getting our walk on early in the morning so we can get through with it. Good morning. Yes, let me see. Okay, she on her phone like I'm on my phone. Okay. I pay attention. If you out walking, please pay attention to your surroundings. Okay? Please pay attention to your surroundings. A car like that pull up and stop. She's about 2 feet from the curb. And let me show y'all. This is a busy street. Look how wide the street is. This is a busy street. And she 2 feet from the curb. That's what made me really suspicious. I'm like, okay. Or I understand you pulled over. You could pull over for directions for anything, which is probably what she doing. But why are you 2 feet in the street? You might, unless you have an emergency, your car stopped and that's where it stopped at. And it could have, but it's still, when I passed by, the car was still running. Anyway, yes, let me go down here and see. Uh-oh. Let me see. Go down to the bottom. Yes. This says, Vox says, and for the older ones among us, be sure you got salt. Yes. Vox, I'm one of the older ones among us. Let me get across the street, car coming. I'm one of the older ones amongst us. There you go. Make sure you got the salt, the ice melt, or something, okay? And my husband used to think I was crazy. Wait, hold on, guys. Something's on my leg. Little bug. I knew I felt something crawling. Sorry about that. I knew I felt something crawling up my leg. He used to think I was crazy because as soon as the ice starts coming, before it actually freezes on the sidewalk, I would go outside and sprinkle the ice melt or the salt. And he was like, that's not gonna do any good because it's gonna freeze. And I'm like, if it just give me a path. And then I wouldn't sprinkle a lot, just a little bit. Then as it kept snowing or freezing rain or whatever it was doing, I'd wait about an hour. Come on, squirrel, get up my path. I'd wait about an hour or two, depending on how heavy it's coming down. I'd go back and do it again. And I would do that until like I went to bed. Just every couple of hours I would go, because I did it the first time, it led me a path in order to be able to walk in just wetness, like it rained or something. And by doing so, he realized, oh, that's maybe a lot. At the end of the day, by the time we woke up in the morning, I had enough salt down there that melted as it came down, unless it was very, very heavy. Now, I'm not talking about when you got 2 feet of snow with a couple of inches of ice under. Sometimes no amount of salt is going to help that. But that's the way I do. And that has helped me be able to walk outside, put my ice down, and be able to get out my house if I need to. I'm always about if I need to. You know, it's preparing, and it's not. A lot of people think that sometimes when you talk about preparing and making sure you have everything, that you are fear-mongering. It's not about fear-mongering, okay? It's about putting yourself in a position that when something happens, you don't go, oh Lord, what am I gonna do now? Because the Lord probably told you what to do a long time ago, okay? You know, or what am I? And sometimes there are things that are unpreventable. You know, that's another thing. You can prepare and do all this stuff, and you can forget one little thing. And it'll be that one little thing. And that's okay. You can't beat yourself up over everything. You do the best that you can do. But to sit around and not do anything at all, we don't know what will happen. We don't know what the world will bring. We don't know what our area will bring. And if certain situations come to our specific area, wherever we may live at, we don't want to be beholden to the situation. We want to say, okay, y'all do y'all thing. I'm going to be right up in here in my house, minding my business. And you ain't got to go nowhere. And you ain't got to do anything. And that's why we prepare. Good morning. And that's why you make sure you have the things you have and you do the things that you do. Get yourself, like I said, also something to do. All right? Make sure we always about having that food stocked up, having the toilet paper stocked up. We're all about having the things that are normal, that we think are normal, that we think that, oh, I better get this. But it's the things that maybe we don't use so often. If you have meds, contact your doctor. Ask them, can you get an extra refill so that the doctors will understand. To ask them. They might say no. And I know there are some meds you almost can't get extra refills for. But if something were to happen and the pharmacy is no longer available, or something happens and they can't get the meds in, you will have an extra. Ask your doctor for an extra prescription refill that you can get to have on hand in case of an emergency. And if they say, well, I can't do that, then you ask them, okay, what should I do? What can you give me? Tell me, what is your recommendation? Should something happen and I'm not able to get my prescription, not because of something that's related to myself, not because I can't afford it, not because I can't get there, but because something's going on with the pharmaceutical world and I can't get it. What do I need to do? Okay? And if they can't provide anything for you to do, every doctor got I don't know what they call. So all my medical people in here, forgive me, but every doctor got somebody over them in the hospital, whatever that person is called, head doctor, I don't know what they call. You go rise the bar and you go talk to the next person up, okay? Because you need to be secure. It could happen, all right? And okay, she said, let me go down some. Didn't mean to hit that. I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, let me go down so I can see the chat. You need to have at least some keys between your fingers. My fingers as a defense. Yes, that's another one. You can put your keys, intertwine your keys between your fingers. If I'm walking anywhere, I carry this with me. This is it's called a special baton. It is I can't think of the name of it. It's an expandable friction. This is a friction baton. See that right there? You see how, let me stop. You see how rough that looks? That's because that's the way you open it and close it, by banging it pretty much on concrete. Now, I have had people ask me about what I'm wearing, like my vest, what do I carry? You all would be surprised. Although I got my phone in my hand and I got this in this other hand, what all I have on me. So let me know in the chat if you all want me to do a live, maybe even next week, weather permitting. Next Tuesday when I come live, I walk. Maybe I will go over to the park and dismantle on live so that you all can see everything I actually have on me besides this vest. Y'all gonna say she got all that stuff. Oh my God. But yes, you need some kind of defense. So yes, let me know if you all want me to dismantle on maybe the next live or the live after that. One day next week, how about that? Weather permitting. And or one day coming up soon. How about that? Instead of me saying next week, because it might be, it's fall, so I don't know what happens with the weather or anything else. But yes, I have a little bit of stuff on me that I feel is necessary. The only thing I don't have on me, and I'll be sure to bring that with me, is one thing that I don't have on me right now. I'll be sure to bring it when I do that live, because I typically would have it. Yes, please. With Amazon purchase code. With Amazon purchase codes. Okay, yes. Yes, I can now. I can tag all the products on the live. However, I'm going to look that up. I think that I have to tag them once I'm off live. But if I can tag them from the beginning of that live, I will do that. I will tag the products in the product tags, and I will put it in the description if I can. But I would definitely tag them. I know I can do it once I'm off live. I will see if I can do it before I go live, like when I set the live up. I will look into that and see if I can. I'm pretty sure I can. I just don't know what I'm doing. Yes. Hang on for 1 sec. Let me see. Hey, Wanda. Okay, so Wanda, I stopped because I saw it was you. And it said, this message has been held for review. And I'm like, what did Wanda say? So I had to look at it. And I went ahead and released it. As you can see it now, because you said, yes, show us your dismount, Pam. So I will be sure not to use that term in my title, my description, or anything else, because apparently the algorithm, the AI or whatever, picked that one word up as me dismantling something else. I'll just put it like that, okay? So I'm gonna stay away from that word. Yes, stay hydrated. That's another thing. When it comes to hydration, please do know that you cannot go walking, running, or anything else. I'm gonna cross the street right here. Walking, running, or anything else, and drinking water and think you're gonna be hydrated. That is not how hydration works. Let me go ahead and cross the street right quick. 1 second, y'all. I like to get across the street. That's not how hydration works. Okay? It doesn't hurt to drink water while you're walking. That's not how hydration works. You need to be. That's why you should stay hydrated on a continual basis. If you notice, I do all this walking and all this talking, and not one time have you all seen me drink some water or say, wait a minute, I need some water. Water is the one thing that I don't carry. Good morning. It is the one thing that I don't carry with me when I walk. And you all will find out why I don't carry it and what I do carry when I do that live. Yes. Yes. Huh? Yes, yes, yes. Good morning. Good morning. Oh no, Wanda, you're good. Actually, I'm glad it happened, because now I know. Because I might have used that. I'm good, Wanda. That was pretty good. I'm kind of glad you did. Yes. But if you want to be hydrated, let's just say you're saying to yourself, oh, I'm going to start walking, and I'm going to walk on Saturdays. You need to start drinking your water on Thursday and Friday for Saturday. And if you drink water all day, every day, that doesn't mean you can't have coffee or tea, because I have my coffee and tea at least once a day. I got one or the other, coffee or tea. Okay, I do not drink soda unless I go somewhere, someone's event, and that's all they have. But typically, these days, most people do have water to offer you. So I don't drink water. I don't drink juice unless I'm juicing it. But unfortunately, I don't have a juicer anymore because the motor burnt out. So I haven't, which I have missed. I have not been able to juice all summer long. Okay? Only juice I'm juicing is if I got the piece of fruit and I'm juicing it myself. I don't buy the juice in the stores. I shouldn't say I don't buy it, because I do buy it because my family drink it. So I do buy it. I don't drink it. But you need to be hydrated before, because me drinking some water right now will probably clench any thirst that I have, but it's not going to hydrate my body. I couldn't drink enough water while I'm walking, actually walking, that would hydrate my body. It's not humanly possible for me to walk and hydrate. You need to be hydrated beforehand. That means drinking water. Do you have to drink your weight in water of ounces? Like if you weigh 100, you drink 100 ounces? No, you don't have to do that. If you drink water consistently, I would say you at least need to drink half your weight. So if you weigh 100, you need to be, if you weigh 100 pounds, you need to be drinking 50 ounces of water per day. Scatter the water out. Don't gulp 50 ounces down like, okay, I got my water in. No, drink it. Let it go through your body. You should be able to feel. If you are dehydrated, when you drink that water, doesn't matter what the water is. And by the way, room temperature water is the best for hydration. That's a whole nother one. You will literally, and I do mean literally, feel the water going through your body as you drink it. You can literally feel it going to different, I mean, literally, I'm not exaggerating on that. You'll feel the water going to different parts of your body, like a straight line and streams going off of it. You can literally feel that into it going into your body. That's how you know you're dehydrated. Once you become fully hydrated, you won't feel that no more. It'll just go. It's still going, but you won't feel it like that anymore. Fruit hydrates. However, fruit is full of sugar. So even though I miss juicing and I juice, I don't juice and drink juice all day without water. Because at the end of the day, and this typically only matters for people who may have an issue in whatever area with sugar, that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's fruit, honey, 100% maple syrup, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, sugar is sugar. And if you have, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm just Pam. I don't have any medical, nothing. I'm telling you things that I have learned in my 66 years of life. Trial and error, been there, done that, or whatever. So let's just be clear. I am not giving medical advice. Y'all hear that algorithm? I am not giving medical advice. But at the end of the day, sugar is sugar. If you have a medical condition, and go ask your doctor, they ain't got to take my word for it. Look it up. If you have a medical condition that requires no sugar, a serious enough condition, no sugar, is going to be no sugar. Okay? Fruit contain, then they'll tell you, but think about it. If your son has a condition that says no sugar, medical condition says no sugar, and the doctor says, well, you need to limit your sugar or stay off sugar, But if you just must, if you just absolutely have to have some sugar, you can have a piece of fruit. They're saying if you absolutely must have some sugar, like you gonna die without it, so you think, then have some fruit. They're not telling you to eat fruit. They're saying if you're going to eat something, then make it fruit. That's because it's a natural source. But at the end of the day, it's sugar. You want to see a drastic change in your life, in the way you look, in the way you feel? Put down the sugar. All of it. All of it. Put down the sugar. Okay? That will. I've been walking for over an hour. I'm back in my car, y'all. Hold on for a minute. Let me get this thing off my hand. That will, oh, geez, I can't get it off. Hold on. 1 second, please. Sorry about that. Going crazy on my phone. Okay. Got that off. Okay. Whew. Need some air. Need some windows open. Okay. So, yes, get rid of the sugar. That's the first thing you can do. That is the best thing that you can do, is to get rid of the sugar. All of it. All of it. You say, but I gotta have it. Why you gotta have it? Ask yourself that. Next time you say, I just gotta have, I like sweet, I gotta have. Why? Why do you have to have it? Why? Both, Deb, both. In my experience, both. That's right, Vox. If you are thirsty, you are already I done all this walking. I have water with me, but I'm not thirsty and I don't need, because I drink water all day long. Even when I have my coffee and I have a bottle of water. So I'm drinking my coffee, but I'm drinking my water. And then all day long, I drink water. I drink water all day long, all day, every day. But don't take my word for it, okay? You can look up information on the internet. You can go to YouTube and search for videos about sugar and health. Please don't take my word for it, because like I said, I am not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutrition. I am Pam. I am telling you what I have learned, okay? I have also, now this is something I have not heard. I have never heard that, I have heard sugar can kill you, but I have never heard salt will kill you. Is salt good for you? No, not necessarily so. It can do a lot of damage. But I have heard people in the medical field and other places say sugar can kill you. And I know people that have the big C and other things. And the first thing the doctor says is no more sugar. No more sugar. Is it going to be hard? I didn't say it was going to be easy. Let me tell you something. I used to love salt so much that I put salt on a bologna sandwich. I used to love the acid in Pepsi so much that I would shake that Pepsi up until I knew when I opened it, that acid's going to come out of there. And as soon as I open it, I'm trying to drink it because I'm trying to get the acid. Me. Yes. I ain't always been like this. I learned, okay? I've been blessed to learn these things before they ever affected me, okay? So I try to pass on any knowledge that I have along the way. Because if I can help one body, just one person, then my living shall not be in vain. But you can't take my word for it, okay? All right? Yes. And the type, like she says, I use salted gray salt. The type of salt you use does matter. And even then, I typically now I cook. That's why my own seasonings. Anybody in this chat that got my seasonings can verify they're not salty. Do they have salt in them? I have one that is no salt, none, nada, whatever. Because if I'm cooking something and I'm using soy sauce or anything else that has a salt property, then I'm going to use no salt because I want the flavor. My fiery hot and my regular classic all-purpose seasoning, both of them have a very low content of salt. It is not salty. If you put that on your food will not be salty. I guarantee. I guarantee. So there are, you have to look at the foods that you eat, um, especially when it comes to sugar. A lot of people, and my own husband, I cannot get him to understand that fact. He'll put honey in his coffee, his tea, but you putting a fourth of a cup in there. Excuse me. It's sugar. I can't get him to understand that. He's like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, that's just because you think, because you've been knowing me forever, you think I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm like, keep it up. You're a grown man. I can't make you do nothing. Keep it up. That's all I got to say. When somebody tell you, you're going to look at me and like, you told me that years ago. Hello. Oh my goodness. Exactly, Deb. And this is probably not really a fourth of a cup. I did exaggerate. It's not a fourth of a cup, but it's not a teaspoon either. Oh my goodness. But we definitely are what we eat. Food can be delicious, and it doesn't have to be salty or sweet. Does everything I cook and make have no sweetness? No, I cook things I love, like sweet and sour chicken. I love that. It's good. But I'm not going to eat it every day. I bake cakes and pies. Coming up. It's that time of the year. I bake all kind of, I got just about every cake you can imagine on my channel, Cooking at Pam's Place. I bake cakes, but you see, when I bake the cakes, I eat a slice, a thin slice, a regular thin slice. I don't eat a huge, and I don't go back and eat more and more and more. I will freeze my cakes if I have an opportunity, but typically my husband will eat them up. Raw apple pie is my favorite. Yes. I like my coffee sweet, but I don't like sweets throughout the day or sweet food much. Me too, Deb. Me too. I do like, there are some foods that I like that have a sweetness to them, and that's good. And I mean, like a week or so ago, I wanted a donut, just a regular old donut. And you know what I say? I think somebody I've heard say, eat the cookie by the shoe. Okay. Which means, in essence, if you have a serious crave for something and you just can't get out, man, I want a donut. Oh, I want a donut. You're going to have that crave until you have the donut. So what you do is you go and find the donut that has the least amount of calories, not the one that has all the gooey stuff on. You get a basic donut to satisfy it, and then you get back on track. Drink some water behind it, start flushing out that sugar, and that's anything. And then get back on track. This is not about not having what you love, okay? I love ice cream, but I'm not gonna eat ice cream every single night. But when I do eat it, I want a bowl full, okay? It's about everything in moderation. But if you have a problem with something, then your moderation needs to be a little bit of moderation, okay? And again, this is all my opinion for whatever it's worth. If it helps anybody, for whatever it's worth. Deb says, there is a theory, the sweeter you are, the less sweet you eat. The bitter types eat sweets. I've never heard that, but that's cute. That's real cute. I like that. So that's my talk for today. And coming up soon, I'll just play it by ear with the weather. I'm going to come out here and set my tripod up, and we'll do a live out here and I will show you all my gear and all the things. I know y'all say don't look like you got nothing, but I do. Oh my gosh, yes. So I want each and every one of you all to have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you all for joining me. Bring a friend next time. Bring a friend next time, okay? Um, Share the live out. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching all my channels. Have a blessed day, safe day, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.